Hello, my name is Sam Feltham, the Director of the Public Health Collaboration, and welcome to our 2021 virtual conference. It's been a difficult year to say the least, but I just wanted to start off by saying thank you to all of our ambassadors, members, patrons, and scientific advisory board members for all of your support through these difficult times. Without you, we would never be able to continue to better inform the public about the power of lifestyle to help create a better world. Now, before I let the next presenter speak, this conference is 100% free for all forever. However, if you find the content here today valuable, then please consider a £2 donation or whatever you can afford via www.phcuk.org/donate, or if you're in the UK, you can simply text PHC to 70660 to donate £2 directly from your phone, and of course texts are charged at your standard network rate. We hope you enjoy the conference from wherever you are in the world, and be sure to get involved in the civil conversation here on YouTube or by using the hashtag PHCVCon2021 on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for your support and be well.
Hi, I'm Chris and I've been eating low carb for 3 years. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes aged 44, and I quickly decided, with the help of diabetes.co.uk and many of the forum members, that low carb was going to be my route map back to health. And it worked really quickly. Within 8 weeks, all my health markers had improved. I'd lost a stack of weight, and most importantly, my HbA1c had gone down from 66 to 40, so diabetic remission within just 8 weeks. In fact, the person running my Desmond course said to me, "Why are you even here?" And of course, by the end of the day, I was thinking more or less the same thing. But apart from the health benefits, I lost 21 kilos overall. What have been the other benefits for me? Well, I rediscovered my love of running. I'd always been a keen runner, but I'd slowed down a lot. And now I'm back running with a great deal of enthusiasm again. I rediscovered my love of cooking and of food in particular. Instead of just eating whatever came to me, the same old garbage, I now really enjoy exploring new recipes of meat, fish, eggs and dairy that form the basis of my diet today. But I think most of all, I've really enjoyed being part of a community and of helping other people to tackle their own weight and health issues, particularly type 2 diabetes. And that includes my own stepdad, and he's got Alzheimer's, he's in a care home, and with the help of PHC literature, I was able to help the kitchen staff at the care home develop a diet that helped him reverse his type 2 diabetes as well. So that's me, and enjoy the rest of the day, and thanks for listening.
So hello, I'm Caroline, and next week is a very exciting week for me. It will be my 10-year anniversary since being diagnosed with diabetes, and a few months later putting it into remission. So it was back in April 2011 that I was first diagnosed with my HbA1c of 63. So being the sort of person I am, I like a good book. I had a look on Amazon and came across this, Richard Bernstein's Diabetes Solution. And although I knew not to eat sugar, the carbohydrate angle was completely revelatory to me. So I discussed it with my GP. He wasn't very keen, but I said I'm going to try it, give me a bit of time to try changing my diet and see what happens. And I basically ate to my meter. So I looked at controlling my blood sugar and seeing how my blood sugar responded to what I ate. And it became very obvious to me that carbohydrate was not good for me to eat. So I changed my diet. I figured out what I couldn't and couldn't eat and when. And 3 months later, in July, my HbA1c was 37. And it's been 37, 36 ever since for the last 10 years. Since then, I've bored everyone that will listen, friends and family, about low carbohydrate eating real food. I've done a little bit of coaching in my spare time, but it's been on top of my day job. And then I recently became a Public Health Collaboration ambassador. So I'm looking forward to really getting more active in that when we're out of the worst of the pandemic and lockdown. So I'm passionate about helping people improve their diabetes, put diabetes into remission, lose weight and generally improve their health outcomes. And I think the other thing I'm really looking forward to is in July I am planning to have a garden party to celebrate 10 years of no diabetes, and it will be after the 21st of June, so all bets are off and we'll be allowed to do things, so you're all very much invited to come along to that. So thank you very much, and I hope you've enjoyed my story. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frank. Hello. I'm here to talk to you about what's happened to me from a health point of view over the last couple of years. So as you can see, this is me now, and that was me 3 years ago when I was 20 stone. I've lost a quarter of my body weight since then, and I'm still tracking downwards. Back then I was on high carb, low fat, as everyone was advised to try and sort these things out, and never really noticed the fact that my weight was creeping up over the couple of decades, and I haven't quite worked out why I hadn't noticed that, but there you go. Eventually got to the point where I had some serious complications and went to see some specialists who said that I'd have them for life in terms of joint pain and things along those lines. Started getting angry and Googling about those and trying to understand why that information has been happening. Got to anti-inflammatory diets, got to low carb, and started on the Monday. And the thing that's absolutely astounded me is 6 days later, my legs entirely cleared up. 6 weeks after that, I was running in the gym next to my friends who I've only been able to walk next to for three or so years. Really just has transformed my life. Started low carb, high fat. Nowadays it tends to be a bit more low carb and a bit more protein forward, but it's really transformed my life, and I want to share that with as many people as I can. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lizzie. When I was young, I was the typical young girl who was body conscious. I ate low fat this, low fat that, low calorie. I was in and out of that gym as many times as possible in the week, and I really struggled, and I didn't realise, but it was really affecting my health. I used to catch numerous colds every single year. I suffered with IBS probably about 3 or 4 times a year, to the point once of hospitalisation, and I didn't know. That was all down to my diet. I had no idea. But then about 8 years ago, I came across primal living, which is basically ancestral living in the modern world. So it recognises and allows me to recognise the dietary toxins and lifestyle stresses which were causing me weight gain and poor health. And it's just about eating clean, eating real food. And it really is as simple as that, but I completely understand that it's not always that easy to do. And that's why you really need to educate yourself. And since then, I think I very rarely catch a cold now. I've never had IBS again. Bloating's all gone, general aches and pains, and now I actually eat more and exercise less because I can. Because I am eating only real food, and that is the way to go. Just eat real food. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Laura Scruton, and I want to tell you what low carb eating has done for me. In '94, I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes and had to go on insulin straight away. After the birth, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and told that I had a chronic progressive health condition that would get worse, although I must try very hard not to let it, and so I did, following the advice I was given. After a few years, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. By the time I was in my late 40s, I was 3 stone overweight. I was on 3 or 4 sets of medications. I hurt a lot. I had to unstiffen in the mornings, and my energy levels were all over the place. And I was always hungry, although I was scared to eat because I knew I was putting weight on. So I decided to go low carb. It wasn't easy because then it was hard to find the same sort of information that you can find really easily now. And there was very little support available, but nowadays there's loads of support and lots more knowledge. So I now don't eat any kind of wheat product, anything with added sugar in it. I don't eat much processed food at all. I don't eat potatoes. I don't eat rice. I don't eat packets of crisps. So a lot of people would probably think that I must be very miserable, feel that my diet is restricted and crave lots of things. I don't do any of those things. My inflammation has gone down and my HbA1c now hovers around the pre-diabetes diagnosis threshold. I feel much better. I have loads of energy. I don't hurt. I eat delicious food. I eat loads of different kinds of things. I can eat Mediterranean, I can eat Indian, I can eat Chinese, Middle Eastern, you name it. I can eat it low carb. In fact, my problem these days is deciding what to eat.
Hi, I'm Jill. My family initially transitioned onto a low carb real food way of eating for the sake of my husband's health. He had had a stroke and a diagnosis of type 2 diabetes, and the low carb diet did work brilliantly for him. He was able to come off his insulin and his Trulicity within a week or two of changing his diet. The most important thing for him was that he felt more in control of his own health for the first time since he had a stroke. For me, I thought I was already quite healthy, so I was delighted when I realised that my fingers no longer turned white and numb in the cold. This had been a problem for me for 10 years plus. Also, I realised that my feet were no longer painful and stiff in the morning, making it hard for me to walk. So this was lovely. I also lost 10 kilos without really trying. A point of note, I have found that when I've reverted back to carby food, my fingers still turn white and my feet start to hurt again. So I've learnt that it's worth continuing like this for the rest of my life. Thank you.
Now, my health journey changed dramatically about 10 years ago. But prior to that, I had 30 years of misery. I had 30 years of inflammatory illness, inflammatory issues, which mainly focused and centered around the gut, but the gut being the second brain. It has impacted my skin, my joints, my mood, my hormones, my sleep, my energy. And I had the most awful headaches, like constantly, like migraine headaches. How did this impact me? Well, it impacted my whole life. I wasn't very good as a family member, as a wife, as a work colleague. I certainly wasn't present for my kids all the time. And unfortunately, I probably missed quite a few of the activities that I was supposed to attend while they were growing up, and some pretty special occasions where I just didn't feel well enough to attend. So what did I try? Well, I tried different diets. I tried different holistic things. I tried mindfulness and yoga and all sorts of things, but also lots of different consultants and medications, but nothing seemed to help. As a matter of fact, some of the medications that they put me on caused further issues, and I ended up having 2 quite serious life-changing operations. So I eventually decided I had to take it into my own hands. So about 10 years ago, I started investigating and trying different things out, and that's when I came across Primal Health. And immediately it just switched in my head that this was obviously the way I was supposed to be living. And within a month, having changed my nutrition, my movement, my sleep, my stress levels, how much time I spent in the sunshine and play and things like that, within a month, all of my symptoms had gone, all of them. And the revelation is that I then became more present for my family. I started enjoying my life, my mental clarity and energy. Gosh, that was one of the most amazing first changes. I lost weight, my joints weren't aching anymore, I was glowing, and I was enjoying really good, nutritious, colourful food, but without having the foods that seemed to set off my symptoms. So life-changing for me, totally life-changing, and impacted, like I said, my family and my friends as well, and my business colleagues.
Hello, my name's Liz, and 4 years ago, at the age of 65, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I had an HbA1c of 68 and fasting glucose of 8.6. I was also overweight. I was 14 stone 2. And although I knew it wasn't healthy to be overweight, I did think I was eating healthily. And when my GP said that I could do something about my diabetes and sort of control it with diet, and I told her what I was eating, she agreed that I was eating pretty much what I was supposed to eat, all the healthy foods. And so she put me on metformin instead. However, I'd heard that it was possible to put your diabetes in remission without taking medication. So I went online, did a bit of research, and decided to follow Michael Mosley's 8-week blood sugar diet. Within 3 months, I'd lost 3 stone. I'd put my diabetes in remission. I had an HbA1c of 35. I was able to stop all the cholesterol and lipid meds that I'd been on for over 30 years. I was able to reduce my blood pressure medication to the minimal dose. And I just felt way better in myself. I then transitioned to a full low carb way of eating and went on to lose another stone. And I've maintained that 4 stone weight loss and my remission of type 2 diabetes for the last 4 years. I love the low carb lifestyle. I really enjoy the food. It makes it so easy to maintain my weight, something I've never been able to do. I was overweight my whole life and had never been able to keep the weight off. I'd lost weight previously on various occasions, but always put it back on again. Now, this is the first time that for 4 years I've kept the weight off. For the last 2 years, I've been running low carb courses for local GP surgeries as a PHC ambassador. And I now help others lose weight and put their type 2 diabetes in remission, something that's really satisfying to do. I think everybody should be offered the opportunity of following a low carb lifestyle and certainly try to put their type 2 diabetes in remission, because it's definitely achievable and a reality for many. Thank you. Bye-bye.